gentlemen, are you ready?
Yesterday, I just missed one thing of your where clause. When I said, like, let's say where age is equal to 31 or age is greater or age is less than 30 and age is equal to 25, something like this, right? What do you think will run first and run, right? So age is less than 30 and age is equal to 25. The answer of that will be run first and then your or will run, right? But if you want to forcefully run or first, right? You can use your brackets also like this. If this is the case, then whatever is inside the bracket will run first, then your and will run, and then your all or will run, right? So first, for now, the things which are inside the bracket is your age is equal to 31 or age is less than 30, right? So these things will run first. So for 31, what do you think the answer will be? It is bracket true or false, bracket and false. In this case, true or false will become true. And false is the last one. True and false will become false. So if bracket is there, then 31 should not be there in the answer. Okay. So if I run this, 35, like 21, 31 is not there, right? But if I remove bracket, and will run, whatever is the answer, it's fine. But after that, or will run, and that this is your true, right? So if I run this, 31 should be there in the answer, and that's why you have 31, right? So you can use the use of your brackets in order to do some specific scenarios. Okay. That is what is your where. Today, we'll be learning about your joints. Okay. So is where something which you already did not know, you already knew it, right? What is happening? It's just that writing part of your SQL is something which was new, right? But you already know like how many people are there above age 22, below age 22, all those different types of conditions. What are the people who are starting their first name with J, ending with N or whatever, right? So all those things you already know. It's just that you want to write it in your SQL. That is what you want to learn. Same way, joints is also one of the things which is very important, and you also know it already. It's just that you should know how to write it. I don't know how to make both of them in single. Okay. Right. So let's say these, okay. These are the two tables which are available. If I ask you this question, who is the person, who is the customer, what is the first name of that customer who has bought monitor? What would be the answer? David. Okay. Now, David, you might have said by mistake also correctly, but let's see the other one. Who is the customer who has bought, let's say, mouse pad? Robert or Betty? Someone said Betty also, someone said Robert also, right? So who is that person who has bought mouse pad? Yes, mouse pad, right? Okay. The thing is, should you be looking at this 5 or this 2? What makes sense? Customer ID, right? Because you see, there are 5 customers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There can be 100 orders also, 10,000 orders also, right? So these are your order ID. SQL will join it in any column, whichever you will say. SQL is not smart enough. You should be smart enough in order to understand which are the two columns which should be same. This customer ID is same as this customer ID. That means there was this order ID 1, keyboard was bought, the amount of that keyboard was 400. The customer who bought that keyboard has a customer ID 4. Okay. If I ask you who bought mousepad, mousepad was bought by a customer ID 2, and customer ID 2 is Robert Luna. Okay. That is how it is working. And that is your join in nutshell. Okay. There is nothing complicated which you are doing. You're just checking which is that customer ID in here. And then you're going into the first table. This is the customer ID, and then Robert is the answer. Again, if I ask you who is that customer who has bought mouse? John? Which John? John Doe or John Reinhardt? John Reinhardt, right? So who has bought mouse is a customer ID who is 4, and fourth customer ID is John Reinhardt, right? That is your joins. If you know this, what is happening, you will be able to understand your joins also. Okay. So today we'll be learning joins, and this question will come like very frequently. Almost it's given that every interview of your SQL, be it your like freshers interview or be it like after 5 or 7 years, I'm still asked this question also. Even if I also give your interview, I'll also be asked the same question here. Okay. The thing is, join means bringing the information from table 2 to your table 1. Okay. So if I ask you this, if I want to bring first name column from this table to this table, would you directly copy and then paste it in here? No, right? Because if I directly copy paste it in here, the first one will be John Doe. Second one will be Robert Luna, right? I want to create a new column in my second table in here. In here, I want to create one more new column. Let's say I want to create a new column in the starting of this table, right? And that column name should be first name. That means this first name column, I want to bring it from here to here. But I cannot directly copy and then paste it here directly. Why? Because the first one is your customer ID 4. That means John Reinhardt should be here. Second one also again is 4. That means this one also should be John Reinhardt. This one is 3, which is David Robinson should be here. This one should have John Doe. Second one should have Robert Luna, right? Betty Doe is not even coming. So I cannot just copy paste it in here. There should be some logic in copy pasting it also. Okay. So bringing information from table 2 to your table 1 is your joins. Okay. And that can be done only with the help of your join, nothing else. The join takes a table name, but I'll tell you how to write it, all those things. I think it mostly will go into another class. Today we'll not see how to write it. We'll see the joins concept in more detail. Okay. Because it's not as simple as it may sound. So let's say I have two tables, table 1 and table 2. Okay. Both the tables has only one column. This has like, let's say table 1 had like 5 columns, table 2 had 4 columns. I'm making it simpler. Both the tables has only one column. Table 1 has one column, table 2 has one column. Table 1 has values 1, 1, 1. Table 2 has value 1, 1. Okay, you can have any values. We'll see that also. But for now, you have in your table 1, you have 3 rows with the values 1, 1, 1. In table 2, you have 2 rows with the values 1 and 1. Okay. Now joins, if you want to join these two tables, I can say if I want to bring the information from table 1 to table 2, or I can also say bring the information from table 2 to your table 1, right? Be it any result, the resulting part will have 2 columns. Okay, because if I bring this column from here to here, still 2 columns will be there. If I bring this column from here to here, still 2 columns will be there. But the way you bring it can be different, right? There can be multiple ways in which you can bring, and that is your different types of join. There is inner join, there is left join, there is right join, there is full outer join. These are the four different types of joints which are slightly different in the working. So let's understand them in detail. Okay. Inner join says matching records from both the table is your result. The result of your inner join is matching records from both the tables. Right? So whenever I start any type of joins, what basic mistake which any fresher will do is they think the join will only happens like the first row will join with the first row, that's it. The second row will join with the second row, that's it. The third row will join with the third row, that's it. No, it's not happening like that. Joins happen, each row of the table will try to join with each row of the another table, which means this first row, this one will try to join with 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 this one. Each row of what table 1 will try to join with each row of your table 2. It's not row by row. It's each row of table 1 will try to join with each row of table 2. There's a huge difference. Okay. Like people with a lot of experience also makes this mistake. I don't know why. So inner join says matching records from both the tables will be your answer. Okay. Matching records not only means that this is matching, so only 2 rows will be the answer. No. Matching records means if I try to match this with this, 1 is equal to 1, so it is matching. So your answer is 1, 1. This one will also try to match with this one, right? So again, your answer is 1, 1 again. These are 2 columns. So this is 1 column, this is 1 column. Now the result of your any joints will be 1 plus 1, right? 1, 2, 2 columns in here also. Okay. So how many rows do you think you will have in this case? Inner join is matching records from both the tables, right? So 1 will try to join with this one, and thus hence your answer is 1, 1. 1 will try to join with this one, and your answer is 1, 1 here also. This one also will try to join with this one, like this, like this, like this. Right? How many rows? 6 rows of your 1, 1 will be your answer. This is your inner join in here. Okay. Again, inner join says matching records from both the tables. Okay. Whenever the records are matching, I will have that in my answer. Okay. So if you join these 2 tables with inner join, you will have this result. Okay. We'll see a lot of examples. So today 1 hour only in examples only. Okay. Left join. Left join says matching records from both the tables plus non-matching from the left table. So this is left table, this is right table. Okay. Matching records from both the tables is what? Is your inner join only, right? So what is the definition of your inner join? Matching records from both the tables, right? Left join says matching records from both the tables. That means your inner join plus something else also, which is plus non-matching from your left table. What are the things which were not matched from your left table? But first thing is, whatever is your inner join, the left join also will have that. Plus something else also will come. It can come, it might not even come, right? But at least whatever is your inner join, left join also will have that. Okay. Plus, what is the thing which was not matched from the left side? Are there any rows which was not matched? This one was also matched. This one was also matched. This one was also matched with these. There is no value which was not matched from the left table, right? So in this case, the left join and inner join has the same answer. Okay. It will differ. Let's just be patient for the timing. Right join. Right join says matching records from both the tables plus non-matching from the right table. Okay. So again, matching records from both the table is what? Your inner join only. So again, whatever is the inner join, right join will also be the part of that. Right? I mean, right join has inner join in it already. Okay. Whatever is the inner join, right join will also have it. Plus, what are the things which were not matched from the right table? Okay. So this one was also matched. This one was also matched, right? So there is nothing from the right table also which was not matched. In this case, inner join, left join, right join all have the same answer. Okay. What is full outer join? Full outer join says matching records from both the tables plus non-matching from the left table plus non-matching from the right table. So matching records from both the table is again your inner. So what do we learn here is whatever is the inner join, all the other joins also will have the inner join by default. Okay, plus something else they can have. The full outer join says matching records from both the tables plus non-matching from the left table, which is in this case there is nothing, plus non-matching from the right table, which again in this case it is nothing. So in this case scenario, left join, inner join, right join, full outer join has all the same answers. What do we learn in that case is if your table 1 and your table 2 has the same values, in this case only one is there, right? Your left join, inner join, right join, full outer join will have the same answer. If I have, let's say, 2 written in here, 2 written in here, you still have 1 and 2 in here, you still have 1 and 2 in here. Your answers of your left, inner, right join, full outer join will be same. It will not be this, but it will be same. Okay. So we'll see now the difference. Okay. Tell me now what will be the number of rows. So the question which comes in your interview is not like you have to write 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, all those things. The question will be, they will give some random numbers in here, which will also see some random numbers into your table 1, random numbers in your table 2. And then they will say what is the number of rows which will be there in your inner join, right join, full outer join, left join. Right? You have to tell the number of rows. They don't care about the result. You have to tell the number of rows. And it's very easy to come up with any question. So what I do when I take any SQL interview, I am not prepared with any of the question. I'll just give random numbers. I'll just give, okay, 1, let's just put this, let's just put this, let's just put this in here, any number in here. So you cannot predict any question which can come, right? Only if your concept is clear, then only it will make sense. Let's put some difficulty level now. And the thing is, the end goal, again, I'm just telling you the end goal right away. End goal is to get the answer within 20 to 30 seconds. Right now, you won't be able to get it for the first day, but eventually you should be able to get it because what is going to happen? If I am giving random numbers in here during the interview, I also don't know the answer at that point of time. So I will also be solving along with you. And I will be able to solve it within 30 seconds or 20 seconds or so. Right? So if you can solve it before me or along with me, then it will create an impression that you also know the joins properly. And it's very easy. It's just that concept should be clear once. Once the concept is clear, all these things will be very, very fast. But you take time. You can take 5 minutes also. Okay. For right now. So let's say table 1 has values 1, 1, 2. Table 2 has value 1, 1. What will be your inner join number of rows?
4,
Four.
sir.
Right? What will be there? 1, 1. And that will come 4 times. 1 will join with 1, 1 will join with 1, 1 will join with 1, 1 will join with 1. 2 will not join with any one of these. It will try to join. 2 will try to join with this one, but 2 is not equal to 1. It will try to join with this one also, but 2 is not equal to 1. So this is your inner join. As soon as we get inner join, we already know that that left join will also be having that, right join also will be having that, full outer join also will be having that, right? Okay. Now left join, what is the definition of left join?
Clear 2, sir. So
Matching records from both the tables plus non-matching from the left table. Okay. What do we have in here? What is there anything which was not matched from the left table? 2, which was not matched from the left table, right? So how would you write this? So you will get 2 from the left table. That's why I'm writing 2 on the left side. But what you are getting from the right table, you are getting nothing, right? You cannot just write 1 in here. That is not possible. In your joints, 2 and 1 will never be, 2 is not equal to 1, right? So you are getting left from the left table, you are getting 2. From the right table, you are getting nothing. And your nothing in your SQL is null. Once you write null, what is null? Null is something which is not comparable. It is not equal to anything. It is not greater than anything. It is not less than anything, right? Null is not equal to null also. Okay. So null is nothing. So if you say 1 is null, the second is also null. If you say both of them are equal, no. Okay. Null is not equal to null also. Okay. So 2 is coming from the left table and nothing is coming from the right table. That's why 2 null. Okay. Right table. What is the definition? Matching records from both the tables plus non-matching from the right table. Right. So matching records from both the tables is your inner join, which we have already written. Non-matching from the right table. Was there anything which was not matched from the right table? No, right? Because these both ones were matched with these ones. Okay, so right join, it's the same. Full order join, matching records from both the tables, plus non-matching from the left table, plus non-matching from the right table. So 2 null again will come here. Right, 2 was not matched from the left table, nothing was coming from the right table. In the right table, everything was matched. So this is your result for your this set of tables. This is the set of results which you will have. Right. So in your interview, you will say 4, 5, 4, 5 will be your answer. Okay. Let's put this as 3. Let's see if we can do it now. Inner join 2, correct. Left join 3. What will be the answer? First of all, whenever you get inner join, pass it on to anything else. Left 2 null, right? Only 2 null will be your answer. Right join. Right. So now, what are the things which was not matched from the right side? 3 was not matched from the right side, right? But what is coming from the left side? Nothing. So nothing is coming from the left side and 3 is coming from the right side. So null 3 will be your answer in this case. Okay. 3 rows. Full order join. 4 rows will be there. And the extra things which are on the left, extra thing from the right will be the part of your full order join. Right. So once you get the result of inner, left, and right, you don't even have to see the table to get the full order join. Right? Once you get the inner part is this. Extra part from your left is this. Extra part from your right is this. Right? You don't even have to see the table in order to get the full order join if you have inner, left, and right joins. Okay. Let's put one more thing. I have null in here. So if your final table has null, your initial table also can have null. Okay. So you have null in here. Inner join. You still have 2, correct? Because matching records from both the tables, which is only ones are matching in here, right? Left join. What are the things which was not matched from the left side? 2 was not matched. Null also was not matched, right? So I will say 2 is coming from the left table. Nothing is coming from the right table. This null is also not matched. That means this null also is coming from the left table. And what is coming from the right table? Nothing. So again, null. Although these 2 nulls are not same. This first null is this null. And nothing is coming from the right table is this null. Okay. Right. What are the things which is not matched from the right table? Null 3 this time. Not 3 null. Null 3. Nothing is coming from the table. This null and this null is not same. Right? Nothing is coming from the left table. That is null. and 3 is coming from the right table, which is this 3. Okay. Full outer join. Yes. To copy, paste it in here, and this copy and paste it in here. Right? 5 rows. Okay. Let's see one last thing, and I'll put null in here as well. Right? Inner join, how many rows? 2 rows. You said one is matching with one is matching with one. What about null matching with null? Will it match or not? No, because I said null is not equal to null. Right? Null will never be equal to anything. Okay. So this and this will not match. So your inner join will never have null in it. Okay, because inner join says matching records only. So at times the interviewer will also give you this question that create 2 tables such that the inner join has null. It is not even possible. Okay. Once you do inner join, you cannot have null in it. Okay, fine. Left join. What should we write? 2 null. Okay. Then null null. Right. This null is not these 2 nulls. Right. Null is your left table. Nothing is coming from your right table, which is this null. Okay. Then this right. 3 null or null 3? Null 3. Null 3 and null null again. Right? Because of this null, you are getting this null null. Right? Full outer join. This pasted here, and this again copy pasted here. Order does not matter, right? You can write these 2 things in here also. That is also fine. Order in your SQL does not matter much. This is also fine. Okay, but you should know that there are 6 rows. Okay. Understood what is happening in here? Yes. So all of you are saying yes. Let's see if I give you one question. So all of you guys do say yes. In all the other classes also people say yes. But once I give you the question, only around 10 to 15 people will give you the correct answer. Let's say what, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I think 20 to 25 students are there. Let's say online students are also there. So online, how many are there? 12 are there. So around 40 students are there in total. I would say only 10%, which is like 4 people will be able to give the correct answer. Same type of question, right? Let's see, if you are able to give more than 4 people, then I would understand that the class is better than the other ones. Okay. So I'll give you 5 minutes. It's 41 now. 46 we will end. The catch here is you will only get one chance to give your answer. If you give incorrect answer for the first time, you will not be able to give any other answers. Okay. So you have 2 tables. ID is the column name. Okay. So ID is not the value. Value starts from 1, 1, 2, 3, null, 4, 4, something like this. Given these 2 tables, find out how many rows will be there in your inner join, right join, left join, full outer join. I just want the result, not the 1, 1, 2, 2, all these things. I just want number of rows. Okay. Only tell the answers once you are ready with all the 4 answers. Inner, left, right, full outer. 2 more minutes. Done. You guys have attended the class, right? Your will not be counted. Last minute. Any answers? Count, right? Count. Right? Seven, 11, 10, 14. Okay. Incorrect.
Sir,
You
7,
did?
11, 9, and 13, sir.
No, incorrect. Then where number of rows? No, incorrect. Incorrect. Inner
4,
joiners?
8, 7, 11.
No, online incorrect. Number of rows?
1, 2, 3, 5, 6 in a row.
Incorrect. Done. Any one of you guys? Here. Here. No, incorrect. Anyone here? You? 7, 11, 10, 14. Done. Any one of you guys? What is this? No, incorrect. No. Done. What is the result? Count. Incorrect. Okay. All right. No. Any other answers? Where is inner join? How many rows? Left. Right. Full outer 14. Done? No. Okay. I think I got one answer from here. I think one answer from here. No. There is one answer, and I think there is one answer. Online, there's no answer yet. All the incorrect answer which I received. No, incorrect, incorrect, incorrect. There is one answer, right? 7, 11, 10, 14. So 5 people. So you barely crossed that 10% mark, right? And I mean, I'm not counting you guys anyways. So 10, 7, 11, 10, 14 is the correct answer. You say yes, yes, yes. You guys know everything, right? As soon as slightly difficult question will, it's not difficult. It's the same thing, right? How come you guys not able to answer this one here? Okay. So see, the thing is, I gave you 5 minutes. It's not just 5 minutes, like 20 seconds question answer only. Why it takes time for you is because again, you're understanding for the very first time. Second, you are writing it in your notebook. The pen and notebook also is not even required for this question. Okay. How do you do this? So let's say this is there. How many ones are here? 2 times 1 is here. How many ones are there? 3 times 1 are there. So 2 into 3, 6 already is there in your inner join. 2 is here, but 2 is not there in the right table. 3 is there and 3 is there once. So 6 plus 1, 7 at least is there in your inner join. Null will never join. 4 is there, but 4 is not there. So 7 is your inner join. Now that 7 will be there in your left also, right also, full outer also, plus something else also. Okay. So 7 is your inner join. Now 7 plus, what are the things which was not matched from the left table? 2 was not matched. Null was not matched. 2 times 4 was not matched. So 7 plus 4, 11. Right join. 7 plus, what was the thing which was not matched? Null was not matched. Null was not matched. 2 times null, right? And 5 was not matched. 7 plus 3, 10. Now, full outer join, even without looking at this table, also you can say, right? 7 plus 4 plus 3 was the answer in your left and right? 7 plus 4 plus 3 is your 14. So 7, 11, 10, 14 is your answer. Okay, without even pen and paper, also you can do it. Okay. Let's quickly see this next one also in here. If you can do it without pen and paper now, along with B. How many inner join? Three. How many ones are there? 2 ones here, 1 there. So 2. 2 is not matching. 3 will match, right? So 3 inner join. 3 plus something now every time, right? Left join, 3 plus. How many things which was not matched? Null was not matched. 2 was not matched, right? So 3 plus 2, 5. Right join, 3 plus how many? 3 plus 3, which is 6. Right? Full outer join, 8. Right? 3 plus 2 plus 3. Right? Will be the answer now. That will be 8. So that is how quickly you can do it without pen and paper. Like as soon as he is writing, you'll just be able to tell the answer. Okay. So this is your joins. I think join Venn diagram is also there. So if you're not able to understand what is happening in your joints, there are more than these 4 types of joints, but these are the main joints which are there, which will be there in every SQL, right? So we are just learning that. The first one is your left join, right? So let's say there are 2 tables, A and B table. The common things between both the tables, that is your inner join, right? So this is your inner join plus non-matching from the left table. So this whole thing becomes your left join. This is your right join. This is your inner join. And this finally is your full outer join. Inner plus non-matching from left from non-matching from right. All these things, I mean, this is known as anti-A join, anti-B join, anti-AB, all these things, but this is fine for you. This, and this is fine. Okay. You still don't understand. I think there is one join meme. Let's see this. Right. This at least would help you make you understand what is join. If still you don't understand join, I don't know what to do. Okay. These are very simple topics, yet can be very complicated if you don't understand how exactly joins are happening. Okay. So next time anyone is going to open Excel and then they just write random numbers here, what people still do is they will just say, okay, what is the inner join in here? They will only say 1. That 1 and 1 are joining. 1 and 3 is not joining. 2 and null is not joining. Null and this is not joining. This is not the correct way. Okay. Every row will try to join with every row. That is the take away from here. Okay. With this, if I join the customers table, which is the top table, with your orders table, right? Now it is on you. It is your responsibility that you select the correct columns to join. In my table, I only had only two columns, right? This is one column, this is second column. Like table one has one column, table two also has one column. So we were joining those two columns only, right? Because they had only one column. But if you have multiple columns in here, it is your responsibility that you select the two correct columns from each of the tables. You select the correct column, right? If this customer table is to be joined with orders table, which column should be joined? Customer ID should be joined with customer ID, right? The naming does not matter. It's not like customer ID is here, customer ID exactly is here. It's not because of that. You can have customer ID, you can have something else also, ABCD also in here. But it is on your like understanding that these two columns are same. Okay. So if I join these two columns on inner join, how many rows will be there? Four? Five will be there. Okay. Five, not four. One will be joined with one once, two will be joined with two once, three will be joined with three once, four will be joined with four twice, and five will not be joined. Right? There will be two fours, one three, one one, and one two, but five will not be there in the inner join result. Okay. Likewise, right? So let's say this is customers table. If this table is to be joined with, let's say, shippings table, which column you will select to join them? Customer ID from the customer table and which ID from the shippings? Customers, not shipping ID. Right? SQL will join. If you tell shippings ID to join, it will join with shippings ID also. SQL is not smart enough to understand which columns you should be joining. So you can join customer ID with item also. If you join customer ID with item, how many rows will be there in the inner join? Zero, right? It is not matching. If you join customer ID with order ID, how many rows do you think you will have? Five, right? But it will be incorrect result, right? You will get that keyboard was bought by John Doe in that case. Because if you join with customer ID with order ID, so it is again your understanding. You should join customer ID with customer ID. You can join age also with order ID. Again, zero records will be there, right? So incorrect joins is very common case scenario for freshers, but at least you understand the table first. Customer ID should be joined with customer ID. Okay, let's see quickly how to write it. So in your join also, you write your table name. Okay, so what is your first table? What is your second table? So let's say if I start writing that. I will write select also afterwards. Select from customers, and then I can write join. Okay. Now, which type of join? That also you can write it directly. Inner join like this. Or if you want to do left join, then you can do left join, or you can say right join, or you can say full outer join. Okay. Let's start with inner join only. I'll say inner join. Now, how would you decide which is the left table, which is the right table, right? In case the left join is there or right join is there. Always the table which you're writing in your from is your left table. Okay. Always a table which will come in any type of join will be your right table. Even in fact, even if it is left join, this is your left table. Whatever table you will write inside your left join, that will be your right table. Okay. So inner join, your table name, which is the second table which you want to join, right? That is your orders table for now. So orders, right? So from customers, inner join orders, customer table is your left table, orders table is your right table. In this case, still the same. Customer table is your left table, orders table is your right table. Okay. And you might think this is done, but you have to tell SQL on which column you have to join. That is still remaining. Okay, so many people like to write it in one line also, but that will become a little bit complicated. So we write it in next line. On keyword is there. That means on which two columns do you want to join the two tables? If I want to join customers and orders table, I know customer ID should be equal to your this customer ID, right? And that is what I will be writing in here also. I'll be writing customer ID equal to customer ID. And let's say I'll say star in here, right? Now, usually this part will run fine, but in this case, if I try to run it, what will happen? It will say error, ambiguous column name, customer ID. So you are at least told that customer ID should be joined with customer ID in here, but again, SQL is not smart enough that this customer ID is coming from customer table or orders table, or this customer ID is coming from orders table or customer table, right? Because the column names are same. If the column names were different, let's say the customers was there, right? Something like this, then it was fine. But in this case, columns are same. Generally, what we'll write, the best practice is whenever you start doing joins, there is a concept of alias. That means you can change that name temporarily, right? What you will do. So we have seen it yesterday. We have just changed the column names, only the column names, right? But we can change the table names also. So from customers. So I'll come to the alias little bit late. We can also say like this: customers dot customer ID and orders dot customer ID. This would say that this customer ID is coming from this customer table. This customer ID is coming from orders table, right? And now if I run this, you have 5 rows in here. Like you said, in the join, you'll have 5 rows. And you see from here to your country, that is your table 1. And then you have your table 2 afterwards. Yeah. Right, order ID, item, amount, and customer ID. That is your table 2. You're bringing information from both the tables together. That is your join only, right? Bringing information from table 2 to your table 1 or from table 1 to your table 2. Anything. That is your joins. And in your inner join, both the tables are coming together. Okay. Now this is fine. But what if I only want to select, let's say, I want to select first name, last name, and item from my orders, right? Where should I change that? Inside your select, because now you are saying star. That means select everything from both the tables. I don't want to do this. I want to select first name. Do you see the same problem can come in your first name also? If the first name is there in both the tables, then again it will throw error. Again, the best practice is to write the table name at the starting. Customers dot first name. Now you will see that it is getting complicated, at least bigger in writing also. Customers dot first name, customers dot last name. If I want item, then what should I write? Orders dot item. Right? This has become this big now. Right? To simplify this, we should learn something about alias. Because what will happen in your company, the table name will not be as simple as your customers. That in your company, actually, if they are following the best practice, they will have some ID given to the table. So let's say they will have something like this. If it is like analytics department, analytics underscore, then there's some ID will be given to the table, and then your customers table name will be given. And if it is updated 3 times a day, something like this, so 3 times a day, something operations department. So this will be your table name for your customers in your company, because they want to specifically say, because if they just write customers, right, people will start creating customer table. I am creating customer table. Someone else also is creating customer table. But if they are creating it on a unique ID, that other customer table will be on different unique ID, right? So this big will be your table name in your company. So you will have to write it in here, in here, in here. Every time you have to write the same thing. And it can be confusing also what is happening in here, right? So in order to save you from that, you have something alias as C, which means whenever I want to write customers, I will just write C in that case, right? From here onwards, after from. At least one time you have to write this big name in here as C, right? But actually in this case, customers as C, and then whenever you are writing customer, you will just write C. And again in your select C. Again in your select C. Right? Because order of execution is from, join, and then select. So inside your from only, you are saying whenever customer is there, I will write it as C. Okay. Orders as O. And whenever I'm writing orders, I'm writing O. Orders O. And that also will run the same way. Right? If I run it, you still have the same first name, last name, and item. Right? What if you want everything from the orders table and only the first name from the customer table? I'll just write C dot first name from the customer table, O dot star. That means I just only want first name from the customer table, everything from my orders table. Run it, and you have these 4 columns from your orders, this from your customers. Okay. And now if I ask you this question, who bought keyboard? John. Who bought mousepad? Robert. Who bought monitor? David. Very easily. Okay. This is your joints. There are a few more things on the joints, which I think we'll cover it tomorrow in the starting part. But at least this was your second interview question, which is the different types of joints. Take any random numbers in table 1, table 2, and then try to solve it. You only make your question and then try to solve it. Okay. Any doubts? Any questions? Online? All right. I'll stop the recording, and tomorrow, starting will cover some of the things on your joints, few more things, and then we'll cover group by and having tomorrow. Group by having tomorrow, which is Thursday, and then order by and limit. I think the basic part will be completed by Friday.